guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. I'm going to tell you a wee pheasant tail nymph pattern. Now, the hook and the vise is a Amazon B175, size 10. The thread that I'm going to use is the uni thread 80 in Chartreuse. Now, I'm tying it on a 10 because it just gives you a better insight into tying the fly, and it's easier for me to demonstrate on the 10. But I would tie these down to a size 14. Now, I'm just going to come in and get the thread started behind the eye of the hook. I'm just going to run my thread and just down until I'm slightly past the point of the hook and remove the waist tag of thread. Now, the tail, the body and the thorax cover is going to be pheasant tail fibres, and this is a cock pheasant center tail that I have dyed bring it closer to the camera so you can see it on the stem, a golden olive. Now it's a lovely colour, the golden olive, a pheasant tail dyed. So I'm just going to take a pinch of this off. Now I've got about half a dozen fibres here, and I just want my tail to be around about the length of the body, or just a wee bit less than that. Now I'm just going to tie that them in down the shank of the hook. Then I'm going to come in and trim this away. The rib is going to be a Chartreuse ultra wire. So I'm just going to offer this up to the hook, and just keeping it on my side. Just take your time at this point and just run your thread up, tying in your rib and your cut ends of your pheasant tail fibres nice and tight. Just bring your thread turns back down and open turns to the body, back to our pheasant tail fibres. I'm going to take off roughly about half a dozen or so of the pheasant tail fibres. Just offer this up to the hook. What I do is just offer it up down in like a 45-degree angle, come around with a loose turn, put the fibres in as tight as you dare go, and then run your thread up, tying these in. Then I'm going to counterwind these just in touching turns. Now, there's times, especially when you've got pheasant tail, that you get shorter fibres like this, and you might run out of room with your fingers. Now, I do have room, I could keep going, but what I do is here, just to show you, is I'll hold the pheasant tail, come in and put with my other hand, my left hand, my index finger on the top of the shank of the hook, take another turn, put your thread over the pheasant tail, do a couple of turns onto the hook, thread back over the pheasant tail. And I do this a couple of times, guys, just to make sure that this is tied in. The wire will bolster that, a bit like a belt and braces, and then come in and trim away the excess. Then you can bring up your rib, and you're looking 4 turns or so up the body, just to protect the pheasant tail and give you a wee bit of extra colour. What I do is just keeping hold of the wire, follow it around with my thread, and what I'm doing there is just basically keeping that wire in line with the shank of the hook, and then work my thread up, tying in the wire just to strengthen the fly. Then come in and bend and break away the wire. Now I'm just going to run my thread back down, sort of way mid thorax point, back to our cock pheasant tail fibres. Now I'm going to take a good dozen or so of the pheasant tail fibres, nip away the tips. You don't need those. I want the thorax cover to be, nice and pronounced. You want to be able to see it. Now catch it in, then come in just with my thumb here, I'm just stroking that back, just to sort of flatten the pheasant tail fibres out, then just nice and tight up against them. See where we are. Just to tidy up the cut ends, just take my thread forward, then back down. Now at this point the colour of the thorax can be anything you want it to be. Let's get that off one of my wall holders here. I'm going to use the SLF. by Davy Watton, and I'm going to use the green olive. That's what I used on the original golden pheasant tail nymph that I tied. I've had good days on this fly. For me anyway, it works particularly well when it's really overcast and it's really humid. It's worked for me. It's good fly to have. There's a wee hatch of buzzers come on. Now I'm just going to come back in again. I just want the thorax to be a wee tiny bit more pronounced than that. I'm just adding more dubbing, and then this time working my thread down. Now get to this point, just come in and sweep everything back. Any of the wee fibres I want to go across the eye of the hook and bring your thread in front. Then you can bring over your thorax cover. Just spread it out over the dubbing over the thorax. A couple of turns will catch that in. Lift your thread and bring it to the front. Then come in and trim away the excess of the pheasant tail. Now, just a couple of wee fibres here of the dubbing. Just want to trim those away because they'll become a problem. Then we'll just come in with your thread and just build up your head. Now you want a decent head on it. That's why you're using Chartreuse thread. Just build up the head nice and bright. Take my fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget that I'm filming the fly. I'm just sitting here by myself talking to nobody. Anyway, get the thread, come in with your whip finishing tool and throw on a whip finish. Put your thread nice and tight, come in and trim away the tan thread. Now I just want to come in and bring out some of the SLF just to let you see the wee fly. Now I'm just going to sweep that back. There we go. And then just to seal the head up, I'm just going to come in with a wee drop of super glue just onto the head, right the whole way right round. Now if you're going to use super glue to seal up the trout flies, make sure you trim your brush down, and I've reduced that by over half. This is the Loctite super glue that I'm using. Now once that dries, guys, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal everything up, seal the head up, make it a wee bit stronger. But there you go, guys, wee simple nymph pattern. It's just using the dyed pheasant tails. Now I've dyed it myself, but you can buy the dyed pheasant tail sander tails from many different fly tying suppliers, vineyards. Loads of people online do it, but I sometimes just like to do it myself because it's a particular colour that I'm looking to get. So tie a few of those up, guys. Hopefully they can catch you a few fish. It has worked for me. Until next time, please stay safe and tight lines, guys. Thank you.